You're listening to Ideas and Leaders podcast.
Why you? So again, this is an interesting one because again, people say to me, hey, the pitch is about me and you've only brought me into the equation at number 6. I go, yes, the pitch is about you and your business, but really the pitch is about what your business can do for somebody else. So when it comes to the why you, this is where you get to speak about your credibility. And that credibility could be a number of things. It could be the years that you've been in the industry. It could be a short testimonial or a win that one of your own clients have had, something that they can relate to. It might be a case of saying, this is the difficulty, is where we have a lot of, and it's really, really cool. We've got a lot of small businesses that are kind of popping up out of from everywhere. And they go, I've only got a year's experience. How do I compare that to someone who's got 20 years experience? And there, your selling point could be that you are completely passionate about the work that you do, because people like to do business with people who are passionate about their business. So find the things that make you different. Find the things that make you you, because there's only one of you in the world. So it's a case of bringing that into the equation. And that's obviously talking from an entrepreneur or solopreneur side. In a business, sometimes it's easier with a big corporate company because they'll have a list of all their unique selling points, and you can bring those in as you need them. But there's always got to be a why you. Now, there are 2 things here that one has got to be really, really careful of. The first is the word cheap. So I always say there's only one thing in this world that must say cheap, and that is a baby bird. Because if you start saying, I am cheap, it is not a great impression. You are depositioning yourself rapidly because nobody actually wants cheap. It could be we offer great value for money, our prices are competitive, but I certainly would never use the word cheap because that is like smack on the hand material.
This is a great point, actually, because very often we feel that that people want cheap. Yes, this is the matter of naming and the matter of giving proper value for money, as you say. Yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, you could ask, if someone said, listen, I just want the cheapest thing on the market. It's okay to say, hey, we're not the cheapest on the market, but what we do is we offer great value. These are your warranties, your guarantees, our promise, etc. But cheap is not great because when you think of cheap, you think of stuff like you think of kids' toys that are, full Santa's stocking. I mean, of course, Santa's real, but full Santa's stocking with as many cheap things as possible, so it bulges. All of that stuff is broken by New Year's Day, so we don't want cheap. Yeah. The second thing is, again, it's a bit of a crutch that people go to where they'll say, I mean, let's use some burger brands as an example. The Big Jack is better than the Big Mac. Now, if someone doesn't even know that McDonald's has a Big Mac and Hungry Jack's has a Big Jack, suddenly they go, oh, maybe I must go and try the opposition's food. Now, what you've done is you've literally led them right to your opposition's door. So it's you never deposition your opposition because that isn't what makes you special. Talk about the things you do have, not about the things that somebody else doesn't have.